What's good, YouTube? It's Boy Lethal, and today we're reacting to the day Dragon Ball died. Now, in my personal opinion, I don't really think Dragon Ball is dead. I feel like anime is becoming mainstream, so more stuff is becoming very popular, and a lot of stuff is being written better than what Dragon Ball was. Also, I feel like Dragon Ball should have ended after Z. I don't feel like they really needed to keep on going with Dragon Ball Super. You feel me? Like, cause at this point, you can't really see a future where Dragon Ball ends, cause like the way it's going, you can just keep on. Goku and Vegeta can just keep getting stronger and stronger. You feel me? So like, I think Dragon Ball died when Super came out. And what year did that come out? 2018, right? Or did it come out before that? I think Super came out in like Super came out before that. Hold on, I'm gonna look my phone real quick, but I'm pretty sure Super came out in 2018. Uh, wow, Dragon Ball Super came out in July 5th, 2015. So it's been 6 years since Dragon Ball Super came out, and I think that is the day that it died, bro. I feel like it did not need to keep on going after the Majin Buu arc. You feel me? They're just dragging it, and at this point, bro, I don't know. But in the manga, I am enjoying the manga. Well, from where I stopped, I was enjoying it. I haven't. I'm like 10 chapters behind, to be honest. But the moral arc, I enjoyed it. You feel me? I'm actually very excited to see that get animated whenever Super comes back. But this new Dragon Ball movie, I'm not really looking forward to it. To be honest with you, I'm really not. But yeah, let's hop straight into the video. Cause right now I'm just chatting. You feel me?
This is not the video you think it is. So
Oh, sorry,
whatever you're
bro.
doing with that dislike button right
Hold on. What's your name? Totally not Mark. Alright.
now, chill out, because if the comment section under this video or the Twitter mentions I received for this video might suggest, this is far more complicated than the title alone suggests. And I agree. Dragon Ball across its almost 40 years of publication and
Jesus.
or release has seen
Bro, I'm only 19, bro. Dragon Ball really been around since my parents was kids.
enormous success, revolutionizing the industry and influencing the hearts and minds of multiple generations across its 4 separate decades. Its most recent films have done tremendously well in the box office and to
Yeah.
this day retains a massive fan base the likes of which any IP
Yeah,
would
man.
yearn to possess.
Bro, that Dragon Ball, that anime film, bro, was so beautiful, bro.
But
I want to see.
the story
Jesus Christ,
doesn't resonate with me.
bro, what was that?
IP would
Where did
yearn
that
to
come
possess. But
What show was it? Bro, this is from the Boondocks.
the story doesn't resonate with me the way it once did.
It doesn't
While
matter,
myself
bro.
and many people still very much enjoy the story for what it is,
Bro, I'm sorry I paused so much, but I'm really sad about what happened to Dragon Ball, bro. Cause like, they really dragging it, bro. Literally, uh, how many arcs was in Dragon Ball Super? Like 4 arcs, bro. Them arcs was not that good, bro. That it's like the Jiren fight was a amazing fight, bro. But like overall, bro, like the Tournament of Power was like the only decent arc in all of Super, bro. And I don't think it's worth watching Super just for that one arc, bro. Like I don't think it's worth it, bro. I don't like what they did with the Universe 6 Saiyans on how they are able to become Super Saiyan. I don't like how they're not showing no love to Gohan and Trunks. Like it's like they've been the same age literally since Z, bro. Like they not getting no love. Freaking Gohan forgot to turn Super Saiyan. Like bro, Super was just a
these days
disaster,
there's
bro.
something fundamentally different about
But Ultra Instinct was
this
crazy
story
though.
I love and grew up with. And I'm not the only one that feels this
Ultra
way,
Instinct
so
was crazy.
what happened? Well, first of all, I want to say that this video is not trying to point out that Dragon Ball Super or any part of the modern Dragon Ball material is necessarily bad. And
I'm
on the flip
saying that.
side, this video isn't suggesting that older fans are stuck in the past either. Gatekeeping sucks, and this video exists in an attempt to explain why there's a large population of people yearning for what was, rather than discredit those who enjoy it as it is. And so, at the forefront of this video, I ask for your time, your patience, and your understanding
Hey, you got
as
it,
I
bruh.
explore and examine the series we all love to try and pinpoint the exact day Dragon Ball died for so many.
さんの髪の毛だけど、
Bruh, I love Dragon Ball Z art
も
style,
っと
bro.
短くした方が
The
いいと思うよ。
animation style.
So, what does it mean when a show dies? This hyperbolic title is on the top of many videos, a lot of them quite antagonistic and many of them analytical, but they're all interested in one thing: pinpointing where a series made a change, one big enough to fracture an audience.
Y'all think Attack on Titan died at some point?
The Simpsons is a very popular and uncontroversial example of this. Referred to by the community as the zombification of The Simpsons, following a massive exodus of the original running staff during season 6, the show itself gradually changed from a counterculture critique of the status quo to eventually and ironically becoming the very thing it was a parody of. And it's not just The Simpsons either. Plenty of other series across the decades have fallen to this very common phenomenon. Shows like The US Office, Family Guy, Game of Thrones, and Community.
I feel like what makes a show die is when they like set up for like a good way to like stop the show, and just like they don't stop it and they keep on dragging it for seasons and seasons and seasons. Like for Grey's Anatomy, for example. I haven't even watched that show, but there's dead like 25 seasons, bro. Like, bro, like at what point are you going to stop? Like for real, bro. Family Guy has a whole bunch of seasons. Like I feel like stuff shouldn't be going on for 30 years, bro. I feel like it should just be like an old freaking memory to like still have. You feel me? Like the only exception I can think of right now is for One Piece, but that's only because they haven't gotten to their goal yet. You feel me? Like the One Piece hasn't been found. Like, you feel me?
For many individuals featured a change in approach due to divisive
I'm 2 minutes in the
decisions,
video and I've
a
been chatting
transfer
for like
of
8
creative
minutes.
power, fan fatigue, and sometimes cast exodus. And as inflammatory as it might sound to liken Dragon Ball to some of these more extreme examples, the main reason I chose this video format in the first place wasn't simply to point out that I think this show is dead, but to speak about a very specific aspect that no other series I could find offers. Put simply, I believe there is a specific day in which Dragon Ball as it was once known died, despite its long-staying success. Imagine, if you will, a show like The Simpsons changing dramatically but still remaining critically successful within its existing fanbase. Well, that's Dragon Ball. And so I want to tackle this in two sections. The first being, when did Dragon Ball die? And the second, why did it die? So, let's start by asking the first question. When did Dragon Ball die?
When did Dragon Ball
Change
die?
isn't something that's new to Dragon Ball. Foundational aspects of the story have changed time and again, even within the original pre-Dragon Ball Z section of the series, transforming itself from an episodic-style gag comic focused on adventure and comedy in the first arc. Eventually, it switches focus to battle and martial arts from the second onwards, elements the series would soon become world famous for. Within the next 100 or 200 chapters, the main character of Goku would change radically from a child of Earth to a man of the stars, moving on from his Earth-based skirmishes to increasingly devastating
this
clashes
fight
with the
style.
likes of Vegeta, Frieza, Cell, and Majin Buu. With each clash more fantastical than the last, they
Yeah.
created what would ultimately become known as power creep. The idea of things having to get bigger and bigger to the point that narrative logic of power between characters became unmanageable. For many people, that's a sticking point and a reason they can't enjoy much of the
Hot take: Dragon Ball GT is better than Dragon Ball Super, bro.
material, even extending as far as the
I'm
modern
dying on
day
that hill, I ain't gonna lie
content.
to you.
For others, the line is different and more focused on narrative moments, and there are numerous spots where people might arbitrarily point to as a shark jumping point of no return for them. Anywhere from Goku's reveal as an alien to Dragon Ball GT in all of its craziness. And from there, naturally, there's the numerous continuations
I actually
of the
really enjoyed Dragon Ball GT. I'm sorry, but I actually really enjoyed that show.
series in the modern era through the likes of Battle of Gods in 2013 and so on through to Dragon
Battle
Ball
of Gods
Super's
came out in
anime.
2013?
Any one of these places can no doubt play host to a specific point.
Wait, did he say
It's not true.
2013?
Continuations of the series in the modern era through the likes of Battle of Gods in 2013 and
Oh
so
my
on through to
gosh.
Dragon Ball Super's anime. Any one of these
Don't even
places
feel like
can
it's
no
been
doubt
that
play
long.
host
That's
to a
almost
specific
10
point in
years.
time where fans might consider it a
Nah,
definitive
I
drop-off
think he
point
meant
in the series for them.
2015.
Heck, I'm sure there are those of you who enjoyed the beginning of Dragon Ball Super but fell off halfway through for your own independent reasons. These, however, are all narrative moments though.
No, this Goku Black arc was also good. I forgot about it. This Goku Black arc was also good. I also did enjoy Goku Black. He's just a fire character to me, bro. Super Saiyan Rose is my favorite transformation in Dragon Ball Z, bro. For sure.
Specific points that were a
Looks so
breaking point for
clean, bruh.
people, but what I'd like to argue and what I think is most critical in pinpointing the death of Dragon Ball is beyond that. It's external, and it's a very clear-cut change in the series. And that clear-cut change took place on the 23rd of May, 1995. On that day,
Wait, you
people
say
across Japan
is
received
that when
change
it
from the
died?
series. And that clear-cut change took place on
Or you just saying
23rd of May,
or something?
1995. On that day, people across Japan flooded into their convenience stores and local Shonen Jump outlets to witness the conclusion to what was, at the time, the most successful manga of all time, Dragon Ball, chapter 519. Now,
Okay.
I'm sure
Dragon Ball
many of you
ended.
are scratching your heads right now at this choice. I mean, it's not like Dragon Ball doesn't become more popular after 1995. GT may not have been hugely successful, but the franchise still goes on to gain worldwide
Nah,
acclaim.
bro,
but
GT
it's
was
after this point
not
that
Super
I
Saiyan
think
4
the
is
most
my favorite
considerable
transformation.
differences occur.
And
They
then it's
change
Rose. That's
external
probably
to the
artistic.
story, and one that I believe influences why people have such differences in experience and opinion online. And so, this brings us to the most interesting part of the video. Why is this the point that Dragon Ball died
You
for
say
a
when
large population of people? Today's video is brought to you by our longtime partners about
Shut
their
up, Manscaped.
low-cost featuring or the entire save mode not marked. As mentioned, any one of the series' changes, from its tone to its plot to its art, could have marked a legitimate dropping off point for many, but for me, I think Dragon Ball died the moment Akira Toriyama stepped away from the driving seat. And again, I know, that sounds crazy, right? Toriyama
When
has
you
played
step
a role
away.
in the franchise for decades, whether it's little aspects like contributing designs or even as far as penning entire scripts for movies. He's never really gone anywhere, but in spite of that, the format of his involvement has changed dramatically. And I'd argue that
He's
there are
not- he's
repercussions
not
here
as
that affect that very aspect
hands-on.
that
I
drew
think I
millions of
heard
fans
about
into
that.
Dragon Ball in the first place.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I heard about that. Also, the same thing with Kishimoto for Naruto. I'm pretty sure for like parts of Boruto, he wasn't as hands-on. I'm pretty sure.
The very aspect
sure
that
I
brought the series worldwide acclaim,
that
I am
somewhere.
of course speaking of the series action. Dragon Ball is famous for its grand, epic clashes of good versus evil, young versus old, alien versus human. And while those aspects are still present in the modern material,
Man, what they did to Teen Gohan should be criminal.
the action itself does not feel the same.
Or
I'm sure
to
that's
Gohan,
still a
bro, it
head
should be
scratcher for
criminal.
many of you, given the recent movies and TV anime have produced some of the finest looking action the series has ever seen. And
That Buzz
again,
movie,
I
yeah,
agree,
has some
but I
fire-
think it's important to
fire
understand
action,
that I
bro.
believe the action is
Looked
simply
beautiful,
different,
amazing.
rather than categorically better or worse. So, what is different about the action? In a nutshell, the battles lack a narrative through line, a sense of drama within the fight itself. During the original run of Dragon Ball in the 80s and 90s, Akira Toriyama was forced to fly by the seat of his pants as a writer, making up the story as he went along, sometimes week to week, based on the responses from his editor or audience. This had the unintentional benefit of injecting narrative
Wait.
twists and
Bro was just, he was just thinking of it on the spot. That's low-key kind of crazy. To be the best-selling manga at the time, it should just be coming up with stuff like on the spot. I feel like it's crazy. Like I feel like I'm pretty sure I heard somewhere for One Piece, Oda has the ending planned in his head. It's just the in between parts, arcs. He's got to figure out. But for Oda, everything makes so much sense, bro. For Dragon Ball, they like changed stuff. It's like in the Broly movie, which is canon, they changed Vegeta's age. He's now the same age as Goku and Broly, but before he was older by a few years, and that's why he wasn't on planet Vegeta at the time. Frieza blew it up because he was on a mission. That's how the story was. You feel me? But now Vegeta was the same age as Goku and Broly. So I don't know how, or he was the king's prince, so he had a way to get off the planet. You feel me? but still they like be changing stuff,
snappy
bro.
pacing into each subsequent chapter that was released. And due to a large amount of the runtime of the series comprising itself of fighting, he had to find a way of weaving story beats and drama into the DNA of the fights themselves in order to progress the story along. Contrary to popular belief, Dragon Ball hasn't always been mindless fighting. It's always had a purpose with a compelling narrative throughline that hooked us all in. Within those short chapters, Akira Toriyama would seamlessly blend narrative and action to both wow us and propel the story forward, resulting in many breathtaking moments where they would synergize and produce some of the most emotionally resonant action many of us have ever come across. Gohan's Super Saiyan 2 moment, Goku's Kaioken, heck, even just the basic Goku and Piccolo team up against Raditz.
Exactly,
These are all the result of
That was their first time teaming up too, right? After Goku killed his pops.
careful
and
build-up,
fought
and the
him.
fights that follow them propel those plot points
Like,
forwards
bro,
within
Dragon Ball
the
Z,
action
Dragon
itself.
Ball
If we
as a
then look
franchise,
forwards to the
that's a
battles
story,
of
bro.
Resurrection F and Dragon Ball Super Broly, for
People trying to
example,
hate
we
on
can
it,
see
bro.
a very different format. Stories and films that again begin by being front-loaded heavily with narrative that ultimately
Kibble,
takes a
a demon.
backseat once the action begins, and only resumes when it finally ends. And there's a very good reason the modern material is like this, and I'd like to try and explain that by analyzing a part of what many consider to be one of the weakest arcs in Toriyama's original run, the Buu arc. Goku, Vegeta, and Mr. Satan versus Kid Buu.
People didn't like that arc.
This fight has so much happening, developing, twisting, and changing, all occurring on the fly as the gang tries.
Bro, I just talking about the Kid Buu part, or like the Buu arc as a whole. Cause Buu arc as a whole has some fire stuff in it, bro. What?
To formulate a plan for defeating Buu once and for all.
I might be a
And
little
due to the
biased
frantic
'cause
manner by which
Super Buu is
Toriyama
my
wrote it, for
favorite
those of
villain
you
in Dragon
who
Ball Z,
haven't
I'm
read
pretty
it
sure.
chapter by chapter, the
I can't think
drama
of
is heightened as
any
plans
out of the
fall
top of my
apart,
head,
new
I
ones are
like more.
formulated and built upon thereafter. We've got Vegeta's stalling for Goku to charge, Goku's charge not working, Vegeta's realization that Goku is better than him, and we've got Goku charging the Spirit Bomb. All of this and
Spirit
much
Bomb,
more is
bro.
contained squarely within one final battle, connecting things to the past and introducing vital pieces of the story as we progress through it. And due to effectively every 14 pages of manga offering up a new key element of the story, when it came time for the anime to be created using that material, that made for a series that felt compelling and kinetic. And this applies to almost every major fight in the original run. There are B-plots, tensions running in the background,
sorry?
whether it's waiting for Goku to arrive in the Saiyan arc, waiting for Namek to explode, waiting for Gohan to rise to the challenge, or in this case, waiting for a last-ditch Spirit Bomb to charge.
So is he saying now that what made people have a disconnect with Dragon Ball now is that back in the day, like old Dragon Ball Z, they had a story and reason for their fighting, but now he's trying to say it's just meaningless fighting. And if that's what he's trying to say, I'm pretty sure. Then I think he's right, because the tournament power was definitely meaningless. Didn't that happen because Goku was just talking? What happened? I can't think about what happened, but Goku got them in that situation, I'm pretty sure, and then that's why the tournament power happened. But whoever lost, the other universes would be destroyed. You feel me?
It's a
So, yeah, that was
multifaceted
definitely
approach to action that goes beyond
meaningless.
simply punching one another for 30 minutes. This type of writing is seldom found in modern Dragon Ball material, and is ultimately a result of how Akira Toriyama contributes now. If we look at his scripts for Resurrection F, Broly, and even the recent Dragon Ball Super Superhero, they are immensely detailed in their build-up. Toriyama puts so much love and care into the character writing of those initial plot beats, but he very famously does not write the action. Through his own admission in interviews or by simply looking at the scripts sold themselves, we can see that he writes things like, and I quote, "And now a big battle occurs," with
Wow.
very vague descriptions of its contents.
But he is getting old, though. You know, like he's working on this piece of fiction for a good part of his life. You feel me? So like, you know, like you can't really blame him for like not being as hands-on as he used to, because a lot of these mangakas are like sick. You feel me? From like exhaustion.
Here's
and
how
stuff.
Resurrection F's beloved group fight plays out on paper. Quote, "An astounding battle begins. This scene is a major set piece. Of course, I just have to write the words, so it's pretty easy on my end. Sorry. It'll probably be rough on all of you animators, but please do your best. And that's it.
But I also think it's kind of fire that he gives the animators like free roam to do whatever they want with the fight. I think that is pretty
He
cool.
contributes some gags like
Part-
Krillin and Jocko's banter, but that's all there is to it. He goes to touch more in depth for Goku versus Frieza by requesting specifics like a beam struggle or a specific set piece, but that's as far as he goes these days when it comes to action. The rest is left up to the director and storyboard artist for the film to conjure up how these things flow together. And while the action can be astonishing, particularly in the case of Dragon Ball Super Broly, it's simply not their job to add narrative on top of this. Then, of course, you have the Dragon Ball Super anime series from 2015.
And they don't really care about the narrative because they only care about these characters as much as the fans do and Toriyama.
To 2018, which was
So, like,
effectively a million other
the
writers approaching and interpreting
narrative, they
Toriyama's
just-
basic outline.
they
And
just say,
even
"Bro,
then, you have the complicated aspect of
we
Toriyama
good,"
not
you feel me?
naturally writing the story as it comes to him, instead writing on prompts from producers. Bring future Trunks back. What about Broly? The authorial direction Toriyama once had in his weekly writing simply isn't a thing anymore. Even the Dragon Ball Super manga, in which Toriyama perhaps works the closest, having provided designs, corrections, plotlines, and general mentorship, still shows this phenomenon. The full extent of the writing is filtered through someone else based on incomplete notes. Take these points from the manga, for example. Unlike classic weekly chapter releases, Toyotaro with Dragon Ball Super's manga releases once per month. And within many of those chapters, we just get fighting. Not dramatic fighting, but
Yeah.
just regular old fighting that, while many might find entertaining for justifiable reasons, are specifically different to the type of battle writing Akira Toriyama was forced to employ back in the day with the original series. Whether it be Moro, Granola, or even the Universe Survival arc, I found myself waiting for the 45 plus page chapters of fighting to conclude so we can get back to the progression of the story. When in reality, in the same way a mystery novel utilizes the mystery aspect of the genre to facilitate its narrative, so too should Dragon Ball utilize the battles and fighting that they employ to facilitate their stories, not stall it. And to put it quite simply, I think that's why these modern Dragon Ball movies like Resurrection F, Dragon Ball Super Broly, and Dragon Ball Super Superhero feel, and quite frankly are, front-loaded with so much plot before the rest of the narrative devolves into fighting. And not dramatic fighting either, simply a battle that exists due to build up but does not evolve as it once would. Which, let me be clear here, is totally fine to an extent. Sometimes we just need a character to throw another character into a mountain. Sometimes we need that, and far be it for me to denounce the value of that one moment Goku had grinding on a blast from Kefla during the Tournament of Power.
Yeah, that's
Moments
clean,
like
but,
those.
bro, I'd rather the show just not continue, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Bro. Like whenever Dragon Ball Z ended, bro, and then after Kai, like, man, it should have just stopped, bro. Like, man, I just don't feel like Super should have been a thing. Same thing with Boruto, bro. Like people enjoy that show, yeah, but I feel like a lot of people really just didn't want to follow a story of the main character's kid. You feel me? It's like we spent all these years watching Naruto trying to become Hokage. For when he finally does become Hokage, we get to watch his son now. Even though a lot of the like main big fights Naruto was in it, it's like bro, it's like you're not the main character anymore. Type. You feel me?
Are memorable and awesome, and Dragon Ball should not do without them. The staff that creates these moments from vague notes deserve all the praise in the world, and I truly get a lot of joy out of them. But this isn't Akira Toriyama's Dragon Ball anymore, and that action isn't entwined in the narrative as it once was. The format has changed, and thus the feelings we get during those battles, the tension and the drama, are significantly different. It's now Dragon Ball by committee, a product that still has a lot of value, and one I'm sure we've all found moments that speak to us. But it's those differences that create, for many of us, a crushing realization that things aren't going to be the same again. And that
They
for
won't,
us,
bro.
May 23rd, 1995, was the day Dragon Ball died.
1990. I wasn't even born yet, y'all. I was not even born yet. 1995. I think my oldest brother was 1. Wait, 95? No, no, my oldest brother wasn't even born yet. He was he was born in 96. So yeah, my oldest brother wasn't even born yet. Bro, that's crazy, bro. Is that when Z died? Z ended was 1995 cuz I watched Kai. I watched Dragon Ball Z Kai, you feel me? But I seen all the Dragon Ball Z movies. I seen Dragon Ball GT. So like that art style I still am like used to and like know, you feel me? But dang, that's crazy how I agree with him though. 1995, if that's when Dragon Ball Z was like done, then yeah, for sure. That's when it died. And that's also when Toyama didn't become as hands on as he is now, bro. But bro, it's just unfortunate. Cause like a lot of shows be messing up on stuff that you feel me? Like it's like Naruto messed up with a lot of their side characters who we loved and they are now trash. You feel me? Um, Dragon Ball Z is just not the same vibe as what it once was, bro. But it is what it is. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below how you guys feel about this. Do you guys think Dragon Ball is dead? When do you guys think Dragon Ball will end? I think Dragon Ball will end in like another 10 years, bro. Like, bro, I think Toyama's trying to make this go on for 50 years at minimum, bro. Minimum. But yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and have a blessed day. Peace.